On an ordinary day, delayed at a bustling international terminal, businessman Michael Evans spots a woman. She is a ghost from his past, a vivid reminder of a life he abandoned decades ago. This single, fleeting moment cracks the meticulously polished surface of his existence. The secure, predictable world he has built, a successful career, a comfortable marriage, a respectable suburban home, begins to feel like a fragile shell. As he boards his flight, the encounter haunts him, not with nostalgia, but with a sharp, unsettling clarity. The man he became was constructed on a foundation of quiet compromises and deliberate forgetting. Returning to his routine proves impossible. The image of the woman, Claire, lingers, pulling threads from the tapestry of his memory. He starts to revisit the pivotal summer of his youth, a time of raw passion and idealistic dreams starkly contrasting his current calculated life. Back then, he and Claire were artists, believing they could shape the world with their vision. He remembers the intensity of their connection, the shared, unshakable belief in a different future, and the crushing weight of a single decision he made in fear, the decision to choose security over risk, convention over love. He had walked away, telling himself it was practical, mature. Now, he sees it as the moment he began a long flight from his own potential. This psychological unrest manifests in subtle rebellions. He becomes distracted at work, missing key details in important meetings. He listens to music from that era, the lyrics now sounding like accusations. He looks at his wife, Sarah, a good and kind woman, and senses a polite distance between them that has grown over years of unspoken agreements. He realizes their life together is a harmonious partnership, but one that long ago ceased to be an adventure. He begins to question whether he ever truly allowed her to know him, or if she has been living with the carefully curated version of himself he presents to the world. Driven by a compulsion he cannot name, Michael embarks on a clandestine investigation into Claire's life. With the digital trails of the modern world, he pieces together her story. She became the artist he did not, living a life of vibrant struggle and authentic creation. She traveled, loved fiercely, faced failure and celebrated modest triumphs, a life of texture and truth, the very life he had feared. This discovery does not fill him with romantic longing, but with a profound sense of grief for his own unlived life. He isn't yearning for Claire, he is mourning the version of himself that died when he left her. The crisis crescendos during a business trip that takes him back to the city of his youth. Walking familiar streets, now changed yet eerily the same, he is overwhelmed by the ghost of his younger self. He makes a reckless, impulsive decision. He finds Claire. Their meeting is not a Hollywood reunion. She is older, wiser, marked by life, and completely unlike the memory he has enshrined. They share a quiet, bittersweet conversation. She holds no bitterness, only a calm acknowledgement of their past. She reveals that his departure, while painful, ultimately freed her to find her own path. In her eyes, he sees no lingering love, only closure. The fantasy he had been chasing shatters, leaving him with the bare, unadorned truth of his own choices. The final act of the story is not about rekindling an old flame or destroying his current life. It is about the arduous, internal work of reconciliation. Michael returns home, but he is changed. He must now decide what to do with this painful awakening. He begins, tentatively, to introduce authenticity into his life. He has a difficult, honest conversation with Sarah, not about Claire, but about the emptiness he has felt and the walls he built. To his surprise, she confesses to her own quiet resignations. This painful honesty becomes a new, shaky foundation. He starts sketching again, a private pleasure abandoned years ago. He re-evaluates his career, not with a dramatic quit, but by seeking projects that align with some remnant of his old passion. The flight, then, is a multi-layered metaphor. It is the physical journey that triggers the crisis. It is his lifelong flight from his true self. And ultimately, it represents the arduous path toward a grounded, authentic landing. The book closes not with a tidy resolution, but with Michael in a state of fragile, hopeful repair. He understands now that the past cannot be reclaimed or changed, but its lessons can be integrated. He is learning, day by day, to stop fleeing and to finally inhabit his own life, imperfect and real, with open eyes. The journey is toward acceptance, the only destination that offers true peace.